It's a real problem. We get this at the Weekly Standard. I get it with some of the things that I say on Fox when I challenge the president or when I point out the things that he said that are not true, which happens, as the previous panel discussed, with far too great a frequency. And people don't want to hear it. You can show them a video. Literally, I've had occasions where I've shown people videos of President Trump saying something. It's a video. He said these things, and they will deny that it happened and say, it had to have been doctored, fake news, you got that from the mainstream media. I can't believe you're one of them now. I liked you better when you liked the Tea Party. And it's a huge problem. I think this is why the answer, to go back to your original question, in terms of a solution, is your phrasing on the solution is great. Smother people in facts again and again and again. Be relentless about smothering people in facts. That's not to say you can't make. We're an opinion magazine. We call ourselves a conservative journal of opinion. It's not to say that you can't also make arguments that have opinion, but when you're making a fact-based case, you have to put the facts first.
April, what do you do with that information? This definition of fake news that is so malleable, depending on who you talk to.
What do I do with it? What do I do with it? I think back about something my mother said. My late mother used to tell me that came from Dr. Martin Luther King. It's not what they call you, but what you answer to. I don't answer to that. I've been at the White House for 21 years this year. I've been in this business for 30 years. And I'm not fake. Again, when I give information, I always, and especially in that briefing room, I try to support it with so-and-so said this, so it is not as if I'm giving my opinion or I'm throwing darts. I'm not fake. I'm a news person. I'm a journalist. Journalism 101 has been out of the window. There's so many citizen journalists now who feel that they can come to the White House, who can just put up on a blog, and this is what I saw. But it's deeper than just the moment in the briefing room. There's other digging you have to do inside of that White House, outside of the White House. To hear the word fake, it's ugly. And it's for many of us who are in that room who are seasoned journalists, and Steve, I'm sure you'll say the same thing, we're not fake. Yeah. The vast majority of us are not fake, and I do not embrace that at all.
Look, the president has, he deserves some of the blame here. The president has elevated...
You're going to get in trouble for that.
Fake news. It won't be the first time. The president has elevated some fake news outlets, given them seats in the White House briefing room.
Oh, yes. First question, second question. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's a huge problem. The other point, just to jump in.
By which you mean conspiracy theorists posing as news sites who are not doing actual reporting. They're just making stuff up, putting hoaxes out. People who
foils.
Like the
we should name them. Gateway Pundit is one of them. Gateway Pundit is one of them. Well, I did. I did. It'll be featured on their. It'll be featured on their blog, and it'll rile people up.
I'm the poster child for stuff like that, for organizations like that. So you said it. So
And InfoWars is another organization that puts out false information. We should stick with the original meaning of fake news. And on one of the panels that's coming up is Craig Silverman from BuzzFeed, who was one of the people who pioneered this term, but it was really meant to refer to conspiracy theories. And the fact that CNN did a count and found that in his first year in office, Donald Trump used the word fake more than 400 times. That means more than once a day, he was calling something he didn't like fake. Whether it was fake news or fake polls or, fake people. It's like anyone he doesn't like, it's fake. That is just so wrong. It's become so politicized. What he's done is he's appropriated the term and changed the meaning to mean something else. It's robbed of its original meaning.
Right, and this White House, and I'm not just going to say this White House, other White Houses are very aware of what reporters have the lean to whatever that administration is for, or if they agree with certain policy items or agenda items. They are very well aware of that room. They know who is in that room, who's for them regardless. They can say the sky is orange and they believe it, and they write, the president said the sky is orange, and the sky is clearly blue. But it's a very interesting dynamic in that room. They feel it's interesting. When they know that they're going to get pushback on certain issues, there's certain reporters that they won't call on. When they feel like they could win something, they'll do more conservative journalists that day, or more people who I guess would say supported the president. Just look at the Christmas party. A lot of it was and I wasn't invited, and I wasn't going to go anyway. But those who came to the Christmas party were a lot of those who espouse a lot of the policies and theories and ideologies of this president of the Republican Party. So it's sad. It's a sad day when it's us versus them instead of all of us really just trying to get to the heart of the issue.
This is so disappointing because the whole point of, in the past, you can say whether White House Christmas Party or White House Correspondents Association dinner, whether those things are silly or not, that's another conversation. But the point of it has been a way to have casual time with sources who we work with every day. So I spent 8 years covering the State Department and, the State Department Christmas Party. It doesn't mean you're schmoozing up Hillary Clinton and John Kerry. It means you're there to talk to your sources. It's a casual moment. And the
build on a relationship.
Right. And the problem is that once it becomes something where it's seen as political, to either attend or not attend something where you're source building, that's bad.
It is very bad.
The whole point of this is we're supposed to be reporting. I have to give credit to my friend Sudeep Reddy at Politico for that term, smothering a story in facts. But that is what we're supposed to be doing. That's our job, and bringing information. And the more that people question the underlying information, and corresponding with that, the more that we have people who are Trump supporters and Republicans saying that there should be limits on press freedom.
I want to get in one question.
We have 1/4 of people in our survey saying that there should be limits on the First Amendment.